Hi, this is Lisa Kelly, Notre Dame author and class of 1993, and you are watching the Two Irish Brothers show. Cheers and go Irish.
Tyree. Here's Tyree with the lane. Tyree! Whoa! Can he get there? Tyree at the 30, 20, 10, touchdown Notre Dame! Woo! 98 big ones!
How's it going, everyone? I am ND Sean 45.
And I am Irish Benjamin 57.
And together we make up this little deal known as the Two Irish Brothers Show. First off, as we always say, you guys know the drill. Hit that subscribe tab in the bottom right-hand corner, that big green thing right there. You see it. Also, make sure to like or dislike this video to help with the algorithm. And also, check out in the description box below all the places that you can find us on social media. And also check out the 2 trips that we have been promoting. And also that one trip from Vince Rizzuto from Philly Sports Trips for the Boston College Notre Dame package this weekend. This is the last week to sign up for that. So if anybody's out there is interested, and this is what I'm talking about right here. Well, the one on the right, the one Indianapolis, Indiana, the trip and Holy War combo. That's the one I'm talking about. If you guys haven't checked that out yet and you really want to go, check that out right now at Philly Sports Trips. Yep. So with that said, Ben, it's nice to have you back, buddy.
I'm glad to be back.
I mean, nothing against Ryan. It was great. He did a great job filling in for you. But I gotta say, I missed you, man. You'd shed a tear that you were gone. So, but yeah, it was of course understanding why you were gone. You got to watch your Dolphins beat my Bears.
That was a heck of a game, though, man. That was a really good game. I couldn't say that right there. So
and I don't know what happened with the Bears today, but yeah, I was napping anyway, so it didn't matter.
It looked like, according to my fantasy stuff, it looks like they had a pretty good game. I don't know if they won, but Justin Fields had a pretty good game, according to.
They were up 24-10 in the third quarter, and they lost the game 31-30.
Gotcha.
But that's not the point of this video. So it's a good thing, Ben, that sometimes we do these recaps when we do them, because it might have gotten us some more views and subs, but I would have gone on an angry tirade if this was right after the game. And I shouldn't, because we won the game. But I just,
yeah,
I'm still trying to figure things out. Ben, what was it that I watched yesterday? I'm still trying to figure that out.
We watched the triple option of Navy, and I'm going to totally butcher his name, so I apologize to him and his family right off the bat. But Ken Niumatalolo,
the head coach.
Niumatalolo.
Yeah, I've gotten it down to.
He always brags about how the fact that he has a special playbook that they work on all season for the Notre Dame game. And I totally feel like he busted out that playbook big time yesterday, because I feel like there was a lot of stuff that it looked like Notre Dame had not studied tape on. Guys look very lost on that defense when it came to defending the pass and stuff. Like, they just weren't ready for that. So I mean, I'm not giving the Notre Dame defense an excuse. I'm not. But I'm also giving Navy a little bit of credit, because coming into this game, Navy was not that great of a team. I mean, a 3-win team coming into this game, everybody kind of expected us to just have our way with them. And Navy really fought. I mean, they were a scrappy team yesterday. So,
but that's just it. We did have their number. We were pushing them around and kicking their butt. I mean, it was 35-13 at the end of the first half. Everything was clicking for us, both sides of the ball. Hell, of course, gotta give a shout out to this special teams, another block punt.
Yep.
So I just don't get that. And of course, Coach Freeman comes on at the podium at the press conference after the game and once again says we didn't execute. Blah 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 blah. Marcus, you were executing in the first half of the game. That first half was magnificent. So what the hell happened?
Well, and at times it seemed like we were making the necessary adjustments. But then it seems like Navy, the adjustments that they needed to make, and then we didn't make adjustments back as the chess match. So I don't know. I rivalry games make me nervous. This game made me nervous coming into it. Next week's game makes me nervous. When it's rivals and it's a team that doesn't like you and all that, things are different, man. And it's been a crazy season. Let's not say that Notre Dame's the only team that's had a fluky win, or these teams have had fluky chances of winning, whatever you want to say it. This has been the year of the upset. This has been the year of close calls. I mean, I've never seen this many close games between a lot of different teams. So,
well, and the thing is, Ben, I know that you watched the preview for Navy that I did with Ben in your absence, but I said that same thing, that Navy, they're that tricky team that has a special package that they do for us, or a special playbook or whatever, and not to be taken lightly. But that's just it. We didn't take them lightly through one half of football. But I just don't get what happened in that second half. I mean, did they just get too comfortable, do you think, from the coaching staff down to the players? I mean, because I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a jerk off. I mean, I'm always happy with the win. You can't complain about a win no matter what. But this game should not have been a close call. We were executing the way we had to. I mean, I was feeling great about, I think I predicted 40-17 for the final score. The first half, I was feeling great about that. But then it's like nobody from the coaching staff or the team showed up in the second half. And I know that Coach Freeman said that one thing Navy was doing is they were doing zero coverage, which means they were basically blitzing all 11 guys on defense at us. So that's still not an excuse. And basically, there's blame to go around.
Yes.
There's blame to the coaching staff for not making the adjustments. There's blame to guys like Drew Pine for not getting the ball out of his hands quick enough in a situation like that. The defense, they looked lost at times, which when you're playing the triple option, and I even said this too, and I'm not going to just go back on what I said, but you don't know what a team like that's going to do. You don't know for sure when they're going to run. You don't know for sure when they're going to pass. And I know it sounds like a basic thing here, but what I'm saying is Navy's a predominantly run team. We know that.
Yes.
But it's just when they pass, it's like it's a surprise.
Yes.
What I'm
well, I mean, and if you want to take it a step further with that tidbit, if it says anything, the first pass that Navy threw in the game was only the third attempt all season by Navy. So, I mean, if that says anything, and that does say a lot. So you're right. I mean, especially with this triple option, the reason that it makes it so dangerous to defend is you literally have no idea what's coming at you. Doesn't matter what kind of formation they line up in, that formation can go 7 ways to Sunday. So, it's frustrating, and that triple option's meant to eat up the clock, which they did at times. They really much ate up that clock.
Oh, that first possession of the third quarter was a 10-minute drive for Navy.
I mean, so it's a very frustrating thing to go against. It's a very frustrating thing to defend. It's a very frustrating thing to just play even on offense, So, but getting down to the numbers though, Drew Pine had a pretty good day. Can't complain too much about what he did. 17-21 for 96 yards, 69 yards. Sorry, I'm dyslexic right now. 269 yards, an average of 12 yards an attempt, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Can't complain too much about that. Doesn't matter if it's against Navy. Doesn't matter if it's against Ohio State. That's some good stuff. No,
Drew Pine, that first half, which this could easily be a game, a total game. This was just one half. Think if they played a full game. Drew Pine's stats could have been a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to complain about what he did, but what I am saying is the numbers could have been better, but also if you're blowing out a team late in the game, you can get other guys in. Like I know so many people were dying to see Steve Angeli.
Yeah.
But
everybody's numbers were down in this game. I mean, that's the bottom line.
And what I also don't get is how can you not run the ball on this Navy defense? I mean, granted, when they're blitzing, you don't have much of a choice but to go to the air. But before that, how were you not able to run the ball against their undersized defensive line?
Yeah.
I mean, look at these rushing numbers from our running backs. Audric Estime, 8 carries, 49 yards. Logan Diggs, 31 yards on 13 carries. Chris Tyree, non-existent, only 2 carries for 1 yard.
Yeah.
And
it goes back to Tommy Rees. I mean, and I hate sounding like a broken record. People are probably sick and tired of hearing me say this, but I'm tired of Tommy Rees. I really am. Like you said, why we didn't take advantage of those situations, why we didn't do what should have been very obvious. I feel like Tommy Rees is just very arrogant and like he thinks that he knows everything. And
he called a great game against Clemson. He called a great game against Clemson, and it's like when he takes like 3 steps forward, he takes like 10 back. And this is another example of that.
Yep.
And granted, I'm not a coach. Maybe there's something I'm missing here, but what I'm not missing is the fact that we were up 35-13 against Navy at halftime, and we came out looking. I mean, they were pushing. You would think we were playing Alabama or somebody in that second half.
Yeah, and you're not the only person to say that. I've seen numerous people say that yesterday.
I guess, and one positive I will say is Drew Pine passing the ball. He was able to spread it around a lot more in this game. You know, let's look at the receptions alone. Jaden Thomas, 3 catches. Braden Lindsey, 5 catches. Deion Colsey, 2 catches. Audric Estime had 1, but it was a 30-yard touchdown. Michael Mayer, a very quiet day, but he still had 3 catches. Lorenzo Styles, 2. Chris Tyree with the 1 catch for a touchdown. So I like seeing that. That's definitely a positive.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what it all comes down to is this. You know, after we beat Clemson, we got a huge jump in the college football playoff rankings. You cannot come out and have a game like this where you're leading big and then you almost let it slip away and only win by 3 points.
Yeah.
You can't have a game where you're only having, I forget what it was, like 10, 12 total yards in the second half. You can't. I mean, and granted, it's Navy. They have a tendency to go on long drives, like you said earlier, like we both know. But you can't let that happen. When you finally get a possession, you have to make it count.
Yep.
You have to get first downs. You have to go on drives yourself, and we didn't do that. And the thing, and I bring up the playoff rankings because this is the kind of stuff that can hurt you in those rankings. You know, we're at 20 in the college football playoff rankings right now, and I'm not talking about going to the playoffs. You all know that.
Yeah.
But when we
this
get
is bowl game,
yes,
situation.
we get that jump from dominating Clemson like we did, and now it puts us in a spot, even with at that time 3 weeks left in the season, to really jump up in the rankings with all the teams that have to play one another yet that are ahead of us. Which we saw some teams ahead of us get knocked off. Yep. We saw some upsets.
Yep.
So. But when you have performances like this is not going to help you jump in the rankings.
No. Nope. I agree.
So it's like, I know it's Navy. I know everything that we talked about, the special package, and that they have it set aside from us, the fact that they run a lot, that they pass when you don't expect it. But you can't let that happen. When you get on your opponent by that much so quick and have a dominating first half, you got to play a full game. It's not just one half, it's 2 halves here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm not going to say something stupid here, but I don't know if mentally we were still in the locker room or just what, but I don't know. I really don't. I guess the bottom line is it's over. We still won the game, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. But it's just, you can't play like that. You can't coach like that either.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else to say about this one. This was just so weird and bizarre. I really don't know what the hell happened. I mean, do you have any theories?
Nope.
I really don't know.
This is just classic Notre Dame, man. We're used to it.
And the funny thing is, we got Boston College coming up. They pulled an upset this weekend too.
Against NC State. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. And
that's why I said, man, this Boston College game, it makes me nervous, man. It makes me nervous. It has all the writings of a trap game. It's at home. It's senior day. Phil Drakovic's coming. Makes me nervous. Makes me really nervous.
Well,
We'll get to that later, but it makes me nervous. So
I guess the only thing left to say is there were some really good things, but that whole second half was a disaster. There's no covering it up. It was.
Yeah.
And
okay.
getting the win. We're now 7-3, so we can't complain about winning. None of us can.
No.
But I guess on that note, that covers everything. So with that said, I'm ND Sean 45.
I'm Irish Benjamin 57.
And as we always say, good night, God bless, and go Irish.
Go Irish.